Yeah, we live for the first time in a long time. But hey, uh, I want y'all to check out one of my teachers, Christine Morel, right? So the reason that I'm telling y'all about her is because I see there's a lot of y'all, including me, that are a lot of times struggling with music, marketing. Y'all got music, but y'all don't know how to market. We got music, but we don't know how to market, right? So I've been looking at this, searching for answers for a long time, and I finally stumbled across Christine Morel. And she's been in the game for a minute, for a while. She's been like dealing with big names. Like she's been on the big stages with all the big names that y'all can think of. And um it's crazy because the success that she has, the money, I shouldn't say that, but the money that she makes, she's in a very, very comfortable state. And so, for those of y'all that are wanting to get your, make a living off of your music, or even make any kind of sales off of your music. Some of us really just want to make enough money to be able to put back into our ministry or back into whatever we're doing pertaining to music. Like you might buy studio equipment, or have to pay people for videos, or whatever it be, or you may have to pay marketing people. And it sometimes that could be very difficult and frustrating trying to come up with that money on your own. So what I say is Christine Morel, she has a program that is called Music Hustler. And I'm subscribed to the program. Like I'm in full force. Like that's why I said she's my teacher. She's one of my teachers. She's like, you can even do one-on-one coaching. And so you don't have to sign up like I did, but when you've been looking for information like all your life, I've been looking for this information since like 2008. When I finally stumbled across somebody that was willing to give out this information. Most people in the industry are keeping these as secrets. They're not gonna tell you the game like Christine is. So yeah, this is my first teacher that's actually a female, and I actually like it because she is peeping me, like lacing me up on game on stuff about women that I never knew. Like but just some of the like the course that I'm in goes into like deep detail about like a whole lot of stuff. Like for example, I mean, you think it's for everything pertaining to music from A to Z that you can think of. She talks about it in the course. And one of the things that really tripped me out was when she was teaching us how to edit like photos. And when she was teaching us how to edit photos, she taught us about this one program, this one app that a lot of women use. And she showed me how women will, not everybody, not every woman, but have y'all seen the women that are actually like, they look different than what they look like in their photos, and they be like, oh, I must have gained a little bit of weight over the, like, sometimes they do be just gaining a little bit of weight, but sometimes they be editing their photos. And I did not know you can make yourself look smaller in a lot of these photos. Then sometimes they'll blame it on it must be the phone, or like the phone makes me look bigger or whatever. And sometimes the phone does make people look bigger or whatever. So like iPhones do that. But it also depends on which megapixel you're using and how. But anyways, my light just went out. But anyways, yeah. So I just want to let y'all know that if you are looking for answers, right? If you are looking for answers, then if you have been one of those that has been putting out music and you're still getting like nothing, I just want to let y'all know that I found somebody that is extremely open and honest and legit. She has direct connection with big labels. So if you're trying to go that way, like, this is where you need to be. I'm one of those that I'm not really, my goal is not, oh, I want to get on a label. Like, I'm more of the type that I want to be the label. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind being signed to a label, but what you got to realize is when you're signed to a label, a lot of times you sign over a lot of your rights. It's like they kind of like own you. So now it's more like a job and not like something you get to have fun with. It can still be fun. Like, it depends on what label you're signed to and whatever. Like, it can be fun. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just saying, there's pros and cons to it. So if you want to be on a label, you just gotta, you really have to realize and understand that there's things that come with that. You're gonna have somebody telling you when you can get up and when you can go here and when you can sleep and where you can sleep and all that. There's a difference in that versus being a CEO. And I don't, like I say, I don't mind like doing things like projects with labels or with other artists, but I just don't really like the fact of somebody kind of like you're enslaved to somebody. I've been working jobs like crazy, like, since I was in my mid-20s, early 20s. And really, I've been working since I was probably 9, 10, 11 years old, but those wasn't like legal jobs. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I was like working for my grandma. So it wasn't like a job where you file, and have taxes taken out. But, so just doing stuff around the house for my grandma, that was and I made money off that. So that's how I learned, how to do things around the house. You know what I'm saying? And so that might be a good part of the reason why I'm not one of those that really want somebody to do everything for me. I've always been one of those that was like, let me figure out how to EQ my own vocals. Let me figure out how to compress my own vocals, DS my own vocals. Let me figure out how to make my own beats without using samples and presets. And, a lot of these artists, and quote unquote producers, microwave producers, what I call them these days, they really, like, there's programs now where basically you'll have a producer, and a producer will upload a melody or a drum loop or, whatever it is. And you can buy, they get paid to sell those stems, is what they call them. They're called stems, like pieces of the song. So you might have a melody, another melody, your hi-hats, your drums, your snare. They take those stems or pattern loop, whatever you want to call it, and they upload the tempo, beat per minute, BPM information. And you can basically, there's a program, I forget what it's called because I don't use it, but there's a program, several programs probably now, that you can go to, and basically you can just drag and drop, or you can you're taking parts of other people's songs and you can piece them all together and make your own song. So really, you didn't make the song, but you use pieces out of somebody else's song to make a song. So you kind of did make it, but you didn't make it from scratch. That's why I said microwave producers. Like, you have other producers that they do make stuff from scratch, but what they're using is like beat packs. So like a beat pack it's kind of similar, but it's a little more on the it's not like you're actually taking sounds out of a song that I already made. But what you are taking is you're taking somebody else's. It's similar. You're taking somebody else's, instead of a whole loop, you're taking somebody else's sound that's already EQ'd, compressed. Like if you had a drum, a lot of producers that I see, they don't EQ their drums, they don't compress their drums. They they'll take a drum sample out of like FL Studio or whatever the beat making program is, boom, 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 like that one, doom. They'll take that out and then they'll just put it in the song just like that. No EQing, no compressing, no nothing like that. And then there are some of them that might use a compressor, but then they'll use like a preset. I've never been one of those that have used presets. So it's like this. Like, let's say you got a TV dinner. That's why I said microwave producers. Let's say you got a TV dinner, and the TV dinner is already really made. You throw it in the microwave for 3, 4, 5 minutes, and you have dinner, right? To me, that's not a real meal. But to some people, it is. It gets the job done. And I know we've all had those days where we've had to do that. But that's the difference in that versus grandma on Thanksgiving or Christmas Day, where she throw it down there, it take her 3, 4, 5 days, you know what I'm saying, to make the meal. You can taste the difference. The end result, you can taste the difference. What grandma made and what the microwave made. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference in producers versus microwave producers. And I use that a lot because, you know, these quote unquote microwave producers, I'm not mad at them at all. I really applaud that they can make a song in, 3 minutes. I've actually from scratch have made songs in like 5 minutes. So it's not impossible, but some people like shortcuts. And so it's kind of the same thing that I was telling you about, like being signed to a label. Some people, like being signed to a label is like you're letting somebody else do all the work for you, right? But then the crazy thing is, as an artist, we expect all this revenue and money back. And it's like, no, you got to pay the marketing team. You have to pay the manager. You have to pay, you know what I'm saying, the AR. You have to pay like the PR. You have to pay, like, you know what I'm saying, like all these different people. You have to pay the engineer, the mix engineer. You got to pay the composer who made the notes in the beat. You have to pay the person to rent the studio, to use their equipment that people don't even know. The equipment that when y'all go to these big studios, the equipment that y'all are using is typically like anywhere from a $3,500 microphone. That's $3,500 on up to like $15,000 for a microphone. That's just for the microphone. That's not including the preamp or the preamp that it's plugged into. I was finna say interface, but that's not including the preamp or preamps that is plugged into. And then going into an interface, each piece of equipment can cost anywhere from, like $1,500, $2,500, $3,500 and up for each piece of equipment. That's why when y'all walk into these studios and like, oh, I was recording at this $1 million studio, but a lot of people don't even know what makes up that $1 million. I know this stuff like step by step. I know every detail pretty much about each piece of equipment. It's a lot of people that still deal with like MP3s and stuff. That's fine. If you want to deal with MP3s, you do that, right? It's a lot of people that still do that. And I choose not to I don't know, I was just like raised up different. I don't want to say I was raised up different because I don't think it might have something to do with that, but I was just my thinking is different. When I hear a song and other people hear a song, when I watch TV and other people watch TV, we're looking at different things. Y'all see it as entertainment, right? Me, I'm looking at it from like when I'm looking at TV, I'm looking at what y'all don't see is the invisible person sitting right in front of the TV is actually the cameraman. So where you're sitting at is where the cameraman is sitting at. But y'all don't see that. I do, but y'all don't. We see TV very different. When I hear a song, right? I'm listening. Wow, how did he get that EQ like that? Wow, listen at the compression on that. Y'all just hear this, oh, this is my song, girl. Like, it's a difference. A producer ear versus just somebody that's being entertained. Like I say, there's some people that watch TV, there's some people that are on TV. It's a difference. Kind of like YouTube. There's some people that watch YouTube, there's some people that actually record YouTube videos. It's a difference. You know, one of the cameras is it's a Canon RC5. RC5? Yeah, RC5. RC5C. And you know, the camera is like $5,000 with the lens that I want to get. And it's like a lot of people look at me and say, man, that's too much money. You know, I spent $1,500 on each piece of equipment in my studio. And it's like, just for one microphone is $1,500. And a lot of people look at that and say, man, you're stupid. Why would you spend that much money on a microphone? And it's like they don't research stuff. And I can't argue and debate with somebody like that. It's a lot of people that don't know the difference in MP3s versus wave. They don't even know what wave is. Some people don't even know what wave is. They'll put MP3s on CDs. The CD was not designed for MP3. You can put an MP3 on a CD, but a CD was designed, the maximum quality that a CD can take is 44.1 16-bit wave, which is 1,141, I think, kilobytes per second. MP3, the highest kilobytes per second an MP3 can go is like 320 kilobytes per second. Some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about, and that's exactly what I'm saying. That's the difference in a microwave producer and a producer like grandma that take 3 days to make that dinner. So I'm not trying to like talk down on nobody or anything like that. All I'm saying is there's a lot of people that look down on me because, like, man, you know, I done dropped song after song after song and album after album. This dude over here ain't dropped nothing. You see what I'm saying? But in the long run, you'll see. It's kind of like the turtle. Is it the turtle? The turtle and I'm gonna just say rabbit. I guess it's hare. I didn't know if the hare was the turtle or the rabbit, but I think it's the turtle and the hare, right? So, you notice that the rabbit was always, you know, getting stuff done. And I don't want to be a turtle. I don't want to be that. But I'm just giving you something to picture in your head. You know, the rabbit was it. I thought the rabbit was cool. I wanted to be the rabbit, you know? But when you get to the end, the rabbit took all these shortcuts and, you know, and got to the end and still lost. And so, you know, you think about, like, sometime when I go to the gas station and I'm pumping fuel and I'm listening and they're playing a song from 20, 30 years ago, 10 years ago, you know, and I'm like, wow, they're still playing that music. That song is still like a #1 hit, and it's optimal quality, like it's top quality. It's not no MP3 quality. But a lot of people don't hear the difference in MP3 versus wave because a lot of phones, like if you're using a cheaper phone, a lot of cheaper phones cannot play wave. Now if you got one of them high-end phones, it can. But I don't know who this is here, but hello. I'm sitting here talking about my teacher. My teacher's name is Christine Morrell. Well, she's one of my teachers, and I just want y'all to go check her out. Christine Morrell, like, go check her out. Pink hair on one side, blonde hair on the other side. But Christine Morrell, go check her out. The reason I'm telling y'all to check her out is because she's giving y'all all the game, all the secrets that the industry does not want to give. And it just blew my mind when I ran into her, when I found her, because I've been looking for this information since like 2008. And so she has connection with like big record deals. She's been on stages with Brian McKnight, and any of the big names that you could probably think of. Any of the big names that you could probably think of. And but yeah, just go check her out, Christine Morel. And I'm just telling you that to help y'all. I know it's a lot of people out there that are looking for answers, and they just like, they don't know how to market their music. Spotify only pays a fraction of a penny, and this is something that she teaches in her course. Send me a link. Send you a link. I don't even know how to do that because I don't have a link ready. Maybe I can, when I get off of here, I'll be able to. But I don't know. I gotta remember your name. I don't even know how to find you. But if you just type Christian, like go on Instagram, you do music. Yeah, I do music. I produce my own music. And I've been producing my own music for a long time. It's a lot of people out there that are just artists, which is fine. But I've always wanted to produce my own. And so I guess that's why I understand things differently than like a lot of artists I run into. I try to explain things to them and they don't understand. Or they be like, oh no, that's not true. And it's like, I mean, well, that's fine. Keep doing your music the way you do it, and I'll keep doing mine. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you produce too. That's what's up. And I was explaining the difference in like microwave. Well, I'm not saying it to like down nobody, because I don't know. You might do that. You might do it too. But I was explaining the difference in like microwave. I call them microwave producers. Microwave producers versus a producer that makes everything from scratch. Like I don't use samples. I don't use presets. I don't use none of that. I do everything from scratch. So like somebody that like they have I can't think of this program. It's a program that basically you can go on nowadays. Anybody can be a producer nowadays. You can use, for one, you can use sample packs, beat packs. I've never purchased beat packs because I make everything from scratch. Like me, I EQ and compress all of my stuff my way. In every song that I do, I EQ and compress everything differently in every song. So yeah, I make beats. But I just make beats for myself though. Now, if you're looking for somebody that sells beats, I do have. I don't know if you know Puntin. My brother Puntin, like that's kind of like his job. He said he makes beats and sell them. That's what he do. And he's an artist as well. But if you look up Puntin, Puntin, but on social media I think it's Puntaneous. But his name is Puntin, Puntin. He out of Houston, Texas. But he's affiliate. I don't know if you know Screwed Up Click. I'm sorry, I rap, mix, and master my own music. Oh, well, you said, oh, that's fine. You said, oh, you make beats. So that's, oh, you was just saying, oh, so you make beats. No, I mean, I make my own beats, but that's not all I do. I, just like you, I mix, master, I do all that on my own. What if I need your beats? Yeah, that's why I'm saying, that's why I was just explaining to you, my brother Puntin. That's what I thought you was saying. I thought you was saying, "Ooh, you make beats." Like you wanted to buy some beats from me, but I don't sell my beats. Like I just make them for myself. If you needed one of my beats, I would direct it to my brother Puntin. Because that's like, I'm only here to help people. You feel what I'm saying? I'm only going to direct you to somebody that I trust, that I know is legit. I'm not going to direct you to somebody just everybody else just talk about. I work with this person one-on-one. I've been in the studio with this person, numerous times. So that's why that's what he does like for a living, is he makes beats. Yeah, God, yeah. So that's like me, I got each piece of equipment. I'm not like each piece of equipment in my studio is like $1,500 a piece. And a lot of people look at me and say, like a lot of artists look at me and say, why do you need to spend $1,500 on a mic? Why do you need to spend, $1,500 on a preamp interface? And it's like, I try to explain things to people, but they have to be willing to, they have to have an open mind. Like, I don't sell my music, it's bigger than that. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Like, I do want to get to the point where I do have my music for sale, but I give away a lot of stuff for free. And I do want to have my music for sale because I want to do it full time. You know, but like I say, some people are against selling music, and that's fine. See, like everybody can do what they choose to do. You know, I want to make a living off of it. I want to do it full time, and I know what my quality is. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of other people out there, like I say, they use MP3s, and I'm not saying it to down nobody, but I don't use MP3s. And when I try to explain different qualities to people, they just don't understand it. So it's like, you know, if I'm not saying that to down you or anybody, because it's a lot of producers out there that sell their beats as MP3 only. Like when I buy a beat, if I were to buy a beat from a producer like my brother Puntin, to each their own, yeah. If I were to buy a beat from my brother Puntin, I would always ask him, send me the WAV file, not MP3. Because I know the difference. But it's a lot of people that don't know the difference. If you deal with a top of the line Grammy Award winning producer, 9 times out of 10 they're not using MP3s. Because they know the difference. When you're trying to mix and master a MP3, they don't know that an MP3 is a compressed file. MP3 is not based on when MP3 was designed. It was not designed to be something that was focused on quality. Oh, hit your phone number 561. What area code is that? You ought to just give me your email. Well, you don't have to, but the reason I was saying email is because like that's basically what I'm doing now is I'm building my email list. I'm building my email list because this is how I'm gonna reach out to people. Like I'm not reaching out to people through just social media. Oh, that's Florida area code. Okay. Yeah, like let me see, let me write this down. That's a long phone number. Am I tripping? Oh no, I'm tripping. Ghostwriter. Dude, are you and me connected on like Instagram? What's your name on Instagram? That's why I said I'm really I like helping people, man. Like I say, and it's gonna come to a point where I'm gonna start charging for my help because now I'm doing it for free. But it's like you gotta realize that when you offer your services for free, a lot of people look at you like, oh, that has no value. You know what I'm saying? People like they take what you say and throw it in the trash. JSM Records. Oh, that's your Instagram name? JSM Records. Yeah, but like the Bible says, man, don't cast your pearls to pigs. Or it also says don't cast your pearls to swine. I think that's how it says it, but it depends on what version of the Bible. But I understand that now that I'm older because it's like basically your pearls is something that's valuable to you. And if you cast that or give that to a pig does not understand the value in what you are offering. So they trample it. That's what the Bible says. Like it's kind of like if you had diamonds, a black bag full of diamonds, and you walked up to a vending machine trying to, man, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? I want a bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? You walked up to a vending machine trying to get a bag of chips, and the vending machine like you don't have enough. The vending machine does not understand the value in what you have. And basically that's where I'm at with this. Like, I've been doing this since 2008. I've been rapping since I was a teenager. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm almost 40 years old now. I've been rapping since I was like 11, 12, 13 years old. And when I rapped back then, of course, it wasn't Christian rap. It was disrespecting women and, you know what I'm saying, glorifying drugs and doing all this, that, and the other. But what I'm saying is, I've been doing this for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And now, 2008, I started doing it for the Lord. And I started producing for myself. And yeah, that's what's up. And so, you know, how did you even find I didn't know you followed me. Do you follow me? How did you see this? What page are you looking at this on? Are you on the Workers for God page, or you on SO Jesus Christ page? Because I think I went live on both of them. But anyways, oh, you 38. Oh, so okay. Yeah, so how long you been how long have you been doing music? I've never seen your name before. That's why it's tripping me out. I don't know, like, that's why I'm like, how do you are we friends on Facebook or something? But yeah, I just come here trying to help people. You know what I'm saying? About 12 years. I just come here trying to help people, and, you know, like you said before, to each his own. Like, if anybody is using beat packs or presets or like using stems from other songs, because that's what they do now. Like, they have this page where you can basically just take stems from other songs. Like, you can take a melody out of this song, you can take the 808s out of this song, you can take the hi-hats out of this song, you can take the snares out of this song, and put it all in one song, and you just made a song out of somebody else's song. That's what everybody's doing now. And that's just not me. Like, I've always made my stuff from scratch. And so, I mean, but that's the season that we're in now. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's doing it, but I just always been me. I've always been me. I always kind of like stay unique to myself. You know what I'm saying? And but like I say, I've tried to explain to people why a $3,500 mic is better than a $200 mic, and it has nothing to do with the price of the mic. Nothing to do with the price, because there are some mics that cost more than that are not good. It has nothing to do with the price. Yeah, I think I seen one of your videos one day, and I think I follow you because I get notifications every time you go live. Oh, when I go live on Facebook or when I go live on Instagram? Because I don't know, when have I gone live on Facebook? I don't think I've ever went live on Facebook. I do post stuff. I've been trying to start posting stuff. I don't know. But I go live on Instagram mostly. But, you know, they are owned by the same people now. Well, they've been owned by the same people. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to help some people, man. Facebook. Christine Morel, man. And her name is spelled with a K, not a C. So it's Kristine. I'll write it down. Christine, Kristine. Morel, Mirelle, I think. You will see it though. She got a blue check mark by her name on Instagram. But Christine Morel, and she owns this thing called Music Hustler. It's basically everything that I was explaining to you. It's like a marketing program. I don't want to say program, but I mean, I don't know what else. I don't know how else to explain it to people. But she teaches everything from like A to Z about music and like pretty much everything that the record label knows that they won't tell you. This is what you learn in the course. And so that's why I'm trying to share with people, man, because I've been looking for this information since like 2008. And I finally stumbled across this stuff. I'm like, wow. Because if you notice, man, it's a lot of artists out. Even on the radio, they got trash, garbage songs. But they on the radio. They got garbage songs, but they making 6 figures. And she explains how they're doing all that in her course. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to buy the course. All I'm saying is go on, because she posts a lot of content for free. All I'm saying is, oh, you want to be in the video. If I put you in the video, I don't know if I can download it. Maybe.
What's up, bro?
What up?
Yeah, this is my studio right here, man. You can see that?
Get closer. Let me see the mic. What mic you got?
I got a Austin.
I can't see. Go down.
It's an Austin mic.
Okay, I seen that logo.
Hold on, let me take this what's call off right quick.
Yeah, that's dope. Okay, yeah, I have seen that before. I've never used it, but I have seen that mic before. Yeah.
I use it. Focus right. You can see that. I don't know if you can see that.
Go down some more. Okay. Yup. I know some people that use the focus right. I had the focus right before, but I didn't like it. It's a lot of people that like it. It's even top producers I know that use that. But I guess it depends on your voice, maybe. Because with my voice, I didn't like it. Huh?
Every mic records your voice different, because I got this hold on. I got this other mic. I paid like $300 for it, and I don't even use it. This Lewis.
I've seen. Wait, what's the? Yeah, I've seen those. They got one by that same brand. It's like, how much is this mic? Like 2,500. But it's that same brand, and it's like 2,500. I was looking at that mic because it has like a tube in it and a FET in it, and you can basically switch in between. Yeah. I was looking at.
It's the same thing with the Austin. The Austin got like 2 switches on each side. You can switch from I think in this mic here, you can actually put on a low pass. Low pass filter on the mic.
Yeah. A lot of mics have that. Yeah, that's like me. Are you familiar with warm audio?
No, I never heard of that.
So are you familiar with the Sony C800G?
No, see, I started myself, bro. I say it's a blessing from God, because I actually started mixing like a year ago, and my music sound industry ready, bro.
Your music what?
My music sound industry ready.
But
I only been mixing for about a year. So it's a lot of stuff that I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at YouTube videos like Wavy Wayne, Devon, you know, these people that mix music. You know, I stay watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, I know Wavy.
And I get on my Pro Tools and just practice on my own music.
That's what's up. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't do that, man. A lot of people, they just want it done for them, and that's fine. But you know, like I say, it's some people that can make a song in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's people like me that it take me a while. But it's like I work 80 hours a week. I got kids, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in school, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it take me a long time, because I hear a lot of people, man, even like top artists, sometimes they put out music and I can hear the imperfections in it. But the average person probably can't. But it's like I listen to stuff like that. I'm like, man, I don't want to keep putting out music like that, because I put out music in the past and I'm like, I'm not happy with that. It might have been one little thing in it I didn't like, but and I've even started putting up while I've been had like a lot of my old stuff, even back from like 2008 when I first started. People was telling me, man, you trash, you need to quit. And I leave it up. A lot of people be like, man, take that crap down. I leave it up because you got some people that are just starting and they feel
Yeah,
like, man, I'll never be where you are. And I'm like, man, go listen to them old songs that I did.
I went through the same thing, bro.
Right. So it kind of gives them hope and encouragement, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That they
yeah.
can do it.
I ain't trying to cut you off. I actually went through this one thing, bro, that I sat and heard people laughing at me. And I know that I got a purpose when it comes to this music because the enemy been trying to make me stop for years, bro.
That's
And
what they
God
do.
won't let me. He won't let me
Same,
give up
same,
on it.
same thing with me.
He won't let me give up on it, bro. Cause, like, okay, take this for instance. Last year, my wife kept telling me, "God don't want nobody mixing your music." I didn't know how to mix. I was scared to even try.
Yeah,
And she was like, "He wants you to do it. He don't want nobody hands on it but yours."
yeah.
So I sent this one song called Star Wars to like
Uh-huh.
4 different engineers.
Uh-huh.
And these guys been doing this for years and they came back trash.
Yeah.
So I was
Cause they
like, you
don't
know
see the
what?
they don't see the vision. They can't hear it. They can't hear what you hear.
That's what my wife told me. She say the sound that God don't bless you with, they can't hear it. It's not
Yeah.
for them. So I tried it. And when I tried it, it came out so good, bro, that I sent it to the engineers that tried to mix on my song. And they was like, bro, that's good. Because one dude told me, oh, you're not going to be able to do that. It take 3 years to train your ears.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when it's coming from God, bro, you can get it within hours.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And it only took me like a couple of months to
Yeah.
get good.
Yeah. I got like one of my homeboys that I do music with, like he be having trouble with it, and for him it's easier for him to use presets, and I was like, that's cool. If you got to use presets, use them. You know what I'm saying? He learns off of he see what the preset does and he learns off of that. Or like you said, watching other people, and that's cool. I just, and like, ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's helping you learn, then do it. You know what I'm saying? Then do it. I just hate when you got those people out there that they really not doing everything, but they want to look at somebody like me and be like, oh, you know, he still ain't dropped the song. But when I do, it's gonna be one of them songs that you listen to over and over.
Yeah,
Not just something you listen to one time, and you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to make that kind of music where, because I hear so many people, they drop music and I'm like, all right, that's dope, but I don't want to hear it no more. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
What is the point of dropping 16 songs on an album if we only listen to one or two?
That's true. That's true. That's
So
true. But I look at it like this, bro. When it's God given,
yeah,
it's gonna get heard regardless.
yeah,
People gonna constantly listen to it because it's not you that they hearing. It's
right,
not you that they feeling. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Because me, honestly, bro, I pray for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I don't pray for money. I pray for
right,
wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of His Word, and I
yeah,
ask God for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of my music. And
yeah,
I pray that He bless me with His Spirit in my music. Because the thing is, when you hear my music, I want it to touch you. I don't want to be entertained. I'm not here to
exactly,
entertain, bro.
exactly,
You feel what I'm saying? I'm here to bring people to God. And
right,
that's not entertainment.
right,
You feel what I'm saying? That's not entertainment, bro. This is life situations right here.
right. Yeah, that's what the point I try to get across to a lot of people, man. Like a lot of people that just focused on, man, I gotta drop an album, I gotta do this, I got like, I mean, if that's what God told you to do, then do it. But like me, I wish I could drop an album, but you know, it's just like I'm not gonna drop something that I'm not happy with. You know what I'm saying? And it like I say, when I was recording, when I first I produced two songs on a $200 mic, um and well, actually a few, but two that I was happy with, on a $200 mic and $150 preamp. And I like those songs. I'm happy with the quality on them. Now I have way higher quality, But I found out that my problem was that I didn't know how to properly mix. That was the issue.
So like where you started learning from when you don't got better at mixing, right?
Yeah.
So what you was just you learned from hands on, or was you watching other people?
It was more of hands on. I did learn from some other people, but most of it was like hands on.
Mine's kind of like 50-50.
Yeah, I watched. I wasn't big on like I didn't want to, cause I hate how people be like, oh, you sound like this person, or you like, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Okay,
like.
I understand what you're saying. I
Uh huh.
get that. I understand exactly what you're saying. But this is how I
Yeah.
look at it. God gonna give you your sound, no matter who you
Right.
listen to.
Right.
But what I do is I look at other people's videos so I can understand the plugins.
Right.
I
Right. Right.
want
Right.
I
Right.
want to understand the plugins and what they do. That's it.
No, I'm talking about music. You talking about like production. I'm talking about
Yeah.
music.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like let's say Lecrae just
Yeah,
came out with a song. You know how many people like Lecrae has this certain sound. His group, they have this certain sound. A lot of big time artists that are on the radio, they have a certain sound, and everybody tries to like copy that sound.
yeah,
I don't like that.
yeah. Me, I
I'm not
don't either,
saying,
bro.
huh?
I don't either. I don't like that either, bro.
Yeah,
You
I'm
got
not
to,
saying that I don't like that they're doing it. They can do whatever they want, but I'm saying I
yeah,
myself, I don't want to like, because if you start listening, sometimes it's cool to listen to other people. When I listen to other people, I'm not trying to sound like them. I'm listening more or less for the quality. I'm like, okay, how did they get that vocal sounding like that? I'm not like, oh, like I want to copy his melody. I want to make the melody just like him. I want to make the hi hat just like him. Like I just stay to myself. Like I said, it ain't nothing wrong with pulling ideas off of people, but some people just, that's all they do.
no, I agree with you. I don't pull
Yeah,
ideas off of people, bro. I like for my music to sound like how God blessed me with.
exactly. I like for mine to come from God. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. Yep. I don't know if my phone is gonna cut off. I just plugged it up, but it said 5%, and it said it was overheating. So I don't know what it's
And
gonna do.
before you
Huh?
leave, I want you to hear something, bro, if you don't mind.
All right.
Let me try to find it right quick. What was the name of that song? Oh, The Goat. I came up with a song called The Goat, bro.
Uh huh.
Cause I'm getting tired of people calling other people calling man the GOAT, which means the greatest of all time. When me
Right.
and you are real believers, right? We
Right.
know who the real GOAT is.
Right.
It's only one GOAT, bro.
Right.
You
Which
feel
is
what I'm
really a
saying?
sheep. Really a sheep.
Huh?
Which he's really a
Well,
sheep.
I know he a sheep, but I'm saying, the GOAT means the
No,
greatest
no,
of
no.
all time.
I know. Yeah.
Check this out. You can hear that?
I heard it for a second. It cut off. Turn it up.
Everybody wanna be
Okay.
the one in the game. People wanna call themselves a dope, but they lame. They wanna be one. He's so many people getting out, but they like not letting you find. Hold on, jump in, feel on.
Turn it up some more.
Concentrate closer. Yes, you died for the world. You gone. Yes, you got that living water. Come give me some. Yes, you got a heaven. Such an only son. GOAT after this, y'all gon' hate me. LOVE. So you really trying to be a status? Don't make me all eating from that fake tree. Hello, this. Hello, fish with that cornflakes. So ill, zero out of bowl. That means you have no base. Melody on your face. If you want a real title, get in the ring and fight. Impossible. Y'all better stop it, cause you're droppable. In heaven, boy, your song on the shelf, you unstoppable. Come and meet the shelf, cooking for your health. Growing up that food for your soul, and it's gold. Everybody wanna be one.
Hey, I'm gonna let you hear a lot of stuff, bro. But everything, I feel like this. Everything happened for a reason. I got a son that's 14 years old right now, bro, and he's gonna be a child prodigy when it comes to making beats. Most of my kids do music, bro, and I know it ain't me. It got to be God. And I got a one-stop shop at my house. My wife do photography. I do music videos, dude.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So when I come across people like, I wasn't looking for you when I came across your video. I look at it like this, dude. I don't believe in coincidences.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in luck.
Yeah.
Everything got a purpose and everything happened for a reason. It's a reason why I came across your video that day. And this probably was like 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks to a month ago, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, it's another person named Justin Evans I came across, and he got similar backgrounds to me and you, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So I look at it like maybe this guy way of linking us. I don't know. I could be wrong. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm only human, bro.
You said his name is Justin?
Justin Evans.
That's crazy. So his name almost like mine.
Your name Justin?
No, my last name is Evans though.
Oh, y'all might be kin, bro. Where you from?
I'm from Texas.
Oh, he stay in Georgia, but he from Mississippi.
Yeah, I'm not kin to any Evans.
Oh,
Legal.
okay.
I mean by blood.
Okay. So you right there in the mecca of gospel music. You right there in Texas.
Yeah.
Hey, when you hit me up on my Gmail, bro, just hit me up on my Gmail so I can have your link, and I'll shoot you some music so you can hear it. You got a studio, right?
Yeah.
So when I send you the music, make sure you hear it you listen to it on your studio speakers so you can hear it, because I play around with automating panning and all that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you really can't like get the full effect of it. And what you said
Right.
about waves and MP3, you're right. When you getting ready to master a song, you have to bounce that song into a wave file before you master it. You can't master MP3.
Yeah, I don't record on MP3s. Like even when I start from the studio, period, I don't and a lot of people don't know that what you just said. But like when I start from the studio from A to Z, even from the beginning, I'm nothing is in MP3. Like I'm in 32-bit 96 KHZ.
Yeah.
Or 32-bit 88.2. A lot of people record in 16-bit 44.1, which is fine. But if you learn from the professionals, you're supposed to record in twice what you're gonna export it in. A lot of people don't understand it when I try to explain it to them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people. But you also got to be careful, because when you do that, you got to make sure that, okay, so you know the sample rate's double, right?
Yeah.
You got to know what sample rate you're going to export it in. So like if you're making a track for a CD, which is 44.1 16-bit, you want to record and double that. So that would be 24-bit 88.2. So that way when you record, huh?
I said, yeah, I'm gonna try that because I didn't know that.
So when you record it and because that way when you record it in 24-bit, you have more data, more detail. The only reason that we convert down is because the CD can't handle that quality. But when you're doing your mixing, your mastering, and all that, you want your vocals at their highest quality. You want the higher bit depth. So that way when you're mixing and mastering and editing and doing all that, you can hear like twice as much.
Yeah.
So that way when you break it down and get it down to the CD quality, they're not gonna be able to hear any imperfections because you've got all the imperfections out at twice the quality. It's kind of like it's hard to explain like that, but like let's say you took a picture. If you take a picture, have you ever seen when some people take pictures, then they crop stuff out and it starts to get blurry?
Yeah.
So they're kind of the same thing. So if you take the picture in twice the quality, like let's say you're gonna put the video.
You're talking about the pixels. It's the pixels. The more pixels you have, you can actually make that picture bigger or smaller, and it won't lose its quality.
Right. Like so that's what professionals do. They take pictures in twice the quality. So that way when they go back to the Photoshop and start and not just pixels. It's other stuff. It's like you got what's the other thing called?
Resolution.
But it's something else but when you go to the editing room and you start editing like the sharpness, the color, the saturation, like all these different things, you have more detail there.
Yeah.
And then when you start cropping it, oh, like that little part in the photo that I want to crop out, I don't want that there. So you cropping stuff out and you can still upload that in like HD and it didn't lose quality. Or even if you don't crop anything out, you can still convert it. You can like convert it down to regular HD, and it's gonna look twice as sharp. So it's kind of the same thing with music. When you're doing it in twice the quality, then you convert down. It's like it sounds twice as good. But a lot of people, you try to explain that to them, and they say, nah, only dogs can hear that, only deer can hear that. So I say, man, well, keep on doing it the way you want to do it, and I'm gonna keep doing mine the way I want to do it. Like, that's why I say.
So you for yourself, by you doing this, you don't hurt the difference.
Sometimes you can hear the difference, but like what you also gotta realize is not everything is just by ear. Yeah. Some stuff you can feel.
Okay.
So there's some people, like, I don't know if you ever been in a movie theater sometime, and some people, the sound is so crazy they think they can see stuff. Like, or sometime, think about it, like, even if you close your eyes, it's just them certain songs that, like, hit songs from top of the line artists. Every time you hear one of their songs play, you get a vision, you get a certain image in your head. That's the quality. The quality is so good. You can not only hear, but it puts an image in your head.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
And that's the difference in, like, a micro. I don't want to keep saying microwave, but that's the difference in somebody that's just focused on your hearing and somebody that's focused on trying to get you to see what they're hearing.
Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. See, that's the type of music I want to portray. It ain't just about hearing. When you hear me, I want you to feel it. I want you to feel me, not just hear me, but I want you to feel that presence, but not my presence. I want you to feel his. You know what I'm saying? And maybe God gave you that secret to sound, bro, to actually do that.
Yeah. And that's also why another reason why I invested in higher quality microphones and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with using a $200 mic. That's professional. There's nothing wrong with using a $150 preamp. That's professional. But everybody wants to be signed to a label, and I start asking myself, why? What does the label have that we don't? So when you start analyzing what the label has and how these rappers are telling people to, you know what I'm saying, convert to the devil, and you know what I'm saying, and shake your butt, and these rappers are telling these people, you got Christians listen to this stuff, but they're telling people to do everything that the Bible goes against the Bible, and people still listen to it. So I'm like, how? Like, we know that this is bad. Why do we keep listening? And you got to realize.
I'm sorry to cut you off. But when I decided to start doing gospel music, I left secular music behind, bro.
Right, me too.
It don't even play in my house.
Yeah, and a lot of Christians look at me like something is wrong with me because I do that, because I don't listen to it. They think something is wrong with me.
See, what they not understanding? It's been proven. Science proved God right, bro. Science don't prove it. If you put rock music or any kind of devilish music or negative music and throw some ice while it's playing, it's gonna grow jagged, bro. Compared to classical music playing while ice growing. They don't understand that we are 80% water, and that music, it does something to that, bro. So if you're listening to the wrong thing, it's doing something to you without you even knowing it.
Man.
So I know exactly where you're coming from, bro. Like, listen, man, God don't bless me. I can't quote from the Bible. I'm not gonna sit up here and point my finger at nobody, but I know what I know. And God don't bless me with that. And everything you saying, bro, that's the only reason why I'm contacting you like this. Everything you saying is factual. You on
Yep.
point. And don't let nobody else tell you nothing different, bro. God got a calling on your life, bro. And it's gonna be bigger than what they think it's gonna be. So let them keep running their mouth and let them keep thinking otherwise, bro, because God will allow your enemies to be your footstool. You feel me?
Right. And that's crazy because I had did a song a while back called Sheep or Goat, kind of based on the same thing that you was talking about, where
Yo.
I didn't know the term greatest of all time. So
Yo,
I was
that's
like,
cause
why is
listen,
there
I know the goat represents Satan, bro. So I wouldn't use the
exactly
goat. I wouldn't use the goat if it wasn't that term didn't mean what it means. It means
right,
the greatest of all time. That's the only
right,
reason why I use that term. Because I know the
right,
goat represents Satan, which is
yep,
Baphomet, and
yep,
the sheep, which is the lamb, represent Christ.
right. And so that's why when I came out with the song and I had put a post on my social media, I actually got attacked by a lot of Christians. And I was like, I'm just telling y'all what the Bible say. And it was like three women that attacked me. One of them was my girl at the time. And it hurt my heart. I ain't gonna lie, out of all the people, it hurt my heart when she kind of came in, because I was like, if me and you got something that we disagree about, we can talk about that off camera. We don't
Yeah, that's
have to
real.
publicize that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
so that out of all, I didn't care about nobody else, but when she said it, it just pierced me, bro. And people don't understand, man, how big of an impact that they have on your life. Like a lot of me not putting out content, a lot of me not becoming what I like. Even my first baby mama, it was kind of the same thing. Like her family didn't want me doing Christian hip hop because they said the beats were coming from the devil, and you can't have drums in your music and all this type of stuff. And I'm like, I mean, I don't know the study of that, but I was like, I knew that the people that I was impacting, it was making a difference.
yeah,
So I'm not saying maybe it is some wrong things there, but it's like you also got to look at what we failed to. You know who Canton Jones is?
I don't heard that name before, but I don't think
He
I
out of
do.
Atlanta. He's a pastor out of Atlanta. But Canton Jones, you ever heard of Free Life?
Yeah, I think I have.
He runs Free Life.
Okay,
But
that's one of them the mega churches.
no. It's Free Life is like a well, I think it is kind of like a church, but it started as a little bitty church. It's not a big church. Um, but Free Life, it was really just an event. Free Life
Yeah,
was an event, but it turned into kind of like the name of, I guess, the church. But we used to just always go there every Saturday, and it was like a place where you would come and Christian artists would come and kind of like showcase their music, and we'd all
yeah,
kind of like be a family, and that's how it
yeah,
started. And it now it's like, you know who 1K Few is, right?
yeah. He with Lecrae.
Yeah, he go to that church, I think.
Oh, okay,
Well,
okay,
if he don't go there, he be there all the time. Like he always in they posts and always. So he's somehow affiliated with them now. But
okay.
yeah, man. What was I saying? I forgot I was saying why I started talking about that. Uh,
You was saying how people was attacking you
oh yeah.
and
Somebody said I think,
about
huh?
beats and about beats. You say your second baby mama or your first baby mama, people didn't like you doing music. Say they don't supposed to be drums in the music or something like that.
Yeah. I think it was something after that. I said I be like I kind of go like it's like I be having so much to say, but yeah, man. And then like, that's another thing I was saying before was like that's kind of like the reason why I invested in like higher quality equipment because of the labels.
Yeah,
Um, I watched like I would get model numbers. I ain't gonna say I would get model numbers, but I would see a mic in the studio and I would be like, man, every professional studio that I go to or that somebody goes to record, they paying big money to go record. but they don't even know what mic they're recording on. I'm like, every time we
Yeah.
go to a studio, it's that microphone. So I would look up like expensive studio microphones. Bam, you see like 10 of them, and then a picture of that one will come up, be like, oh, that's the mic. And then that's how I started finding out about stuff. I would see stuff
Yeah.
in all these big studios, and I'd be like, okay, those monitors, and I would try to find them, and that's how I started finding stuff. And I realized that. So one of the mics I was telling you about that, like, rap and pop music that they use is the Sony C800G. And if you look this mic up, this mic is $11,000, but now it's 15 because you can only buy it secondhand. So it's a Sony C800G, and I was like what is the deal about this mic where almost every top of the line artist has it? Look, it's in Lecrae's studio. Almost any top of the line artist, Quavo, like any top of the line, you look, this is the mic they record on. The other mic they record on is a Neumann U87AI. It's a $3,500 mic, $3,500. I'm like, why is it that mic? Why is this mic? And so that's why I was telling you about Warm Audio.
Yeah.
Warm Audio basically remakes like a lot of those top end mics. They basically clone them. They clone those mics and offer them for like 80-90% off. So the Sony C800G for $11,000, they made a clone of it just recently, and I bought it. It was $1,500, but basically I have an $11,000 mic. And if you go and look at like a lot of top of the line producers, because you can't get the Sony C800G no more, they don't make it. It's discontinued. So you have to buy it secondhand. And so when this company released the mic or remade the mic, a lot of these labels started buying it.
Yeah.
And so, but that's why I say, like, you know, it doesn't mean that nobody can't do something, make good music with a $200 mic. I got 2 songs that I'm very happy with that I use a $200 mic on. But I like me and you was talking about. It's kind of like if you had like you remember before 1080p HD was out, they had 720p.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if you had 720p back in the day. 720p was, because we had box TVs, then they came out with 720p. Was like, man, like this is lit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if you had 720p or 1080p versus 4K or 8K. It's more resolution, it's more depth, it's more clarity. So, and a lot of times, like, just, you don't really notice the difference until you start doing extreme compression, extreme EQing, like extreme mastering. Then you start to be like, if you pay attention, you're like, okay, why does the mic sound like that? Some people don't really notice because there's so many other sounds going on.
Yeah, frequencies.
But if you listen to the vocals themselves, even with a beat, I listen to the vocals, and so. But that's one of the things. I have this mic right here, which I also paid like $1,500 for. It's a Neumann, kind of like it's like the U87AI, but this is like the little the $3,500. But this is like the little it's the same capsule, but it's a different chipset. So you probably seen this one before. I'm surprised my phone didn't die. I plugged it up, but so you probably seen this mic before.
Yep. Wow. Yeah.
A lot of people used it.
Yeah.
But it's 2 of them.
They use that a lot, and people who be doing podcasts use those type of mics.
No. Look. The podcast that they do is on the 102. This is the 103. They look just alike. Yeah, I had the 102 as well. But see, the 102 has a different capsule in it. The 103, this one, it has the capsule of the U87AI, the $3,500 mic.
Oh, okay.
But if you see them, they look the same until you put them side by side. When you put them side by side, you notice the 102 is smaller.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is the 103. This is the $1,500. The 102 is like $800. but
Okay.
they
Good
are
mic.
still very good microphones. I like the 103. I had the 102, but for studio recording, I like the 103 because this is the closest you're gonna get to sounding like the $3,500 mic without like going overboard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Let me keep that in
but
mind.
what I was saying was, is Warm Audio made a clone of that U87, the $3,500 one, and it's
Yeah.
only $500, $600.
Ooh. I need to look. I need to look into
I
that.
used it on one song that I haven't released yet because I wanted to test it out. I feel like for somebody that is don't have a lot of money, but they
Yeah.
want that mic, I feel like
Yeah.
that's a good buy. I like this one better, but I feel like for somebody that's on a budget and wants that quality, I feel like that's for that money, that's pretty good. Like I tell you, the other one I have is the this one in a big
Dang.
but this is the 1,500. They were both 1,500, but this is the $11,000 mic, the
Yeah.
clone of it.
Yeah.
So when I
It
show
come
it
in
to you,
a
you'll be
case that
like,
big? It come in a case that big?
yeah, it's like a
Wow, bro.
suitcase. But when I show it to you, you probably gonna be like, oh man, I've seen that mic. So you probably don't know him by name, but when you see him,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
the
Hey,
thing that's on the back.
show me the front of it right quick. Show me the front. Yeah. I don't seen no mics before. Yup.
But see, you notice this one by the thing that's on the back.
Yeah.
Don't no other mic have this on the back.
Wow, bro.
So if you go look up the Sony C800G, it has this on the back. It's a heat sink because it's going directly into this is a tube microphone. This is the only tube microphone with a heat
So it
sink
make
on the back.
the sound warm or something.
Well, the tube makes the sound warm and kind of like
Yeah.
sweet. But what you got to understand is a tube is like a little light bulb, kind of.
Yeah.
It gets
Yeah.
hot. So the reason they put this on the back is because when tubes get hot, it kind of creates distortion. So if you
Yeah.
notice a lot of old school songs and they have that kind of like distortion in them, it's because they're
Yeah.
using a tube mic. This was the only mic that could give you that tube sound without distortion because it has the heat sink. So
Okay.
there's no heat building up inside of it.
Okay.
And that's why that mic, that's not the only reason, but that's one of the reasons. Mariah Carey uses the Sony C800 on all her songs.
What's the name of that mic right there?
This one or the real
Yeah.
one?
That one.
This one is the WA 8000.
Dub. UA. Yeah,
W
UA.
WA Warm Audio. WA 8000.
It's from Warm Audio.
Yeah, that's who makes it. They out of Austin, Texas, where I live at. But the reason it says WA because that's just Warm Audio. All their mics say WA on them.
Oh, WA. All right.
Now, if you go look, because you got to understand where this mic came from. If you go look up the Sony C800G,
Yeah.
type that, write that one down, or type it, whatever.
Well, I already wrote it down when you first told me.
Yeah, so the C800G, if you understand that one, then you'll understand why this one is so valuable.
Yeah.
Even though it's only like $1,300, $1,400, but even though it only costs that much, this is really an $11,000 microphone.
Yeah, that's how much my sound card cost. The Focusrite I showed you. Both of my Focusrites was like $1,200–$1,300 a piece.
Oh, so you got like an upscale one then.
Yeah, I got a big one, bro. Hold on, I'm finna I
The
better show it
Focusrite
better.
I had was like $150.
You see him?
Yeah.
I got an 8 pre and I got the regular one.
You talking about which one costs $1,500? The one on the top?
Both of them.
Oh, what is that on the bottom?
That's an 8 pre.
8 pre. Who is it? That's made by Focusrite.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And see what I got.
It got a built-in equalizer. That's why I got it.
Oh, okay. And see, that's why I'm saying. That's why I like. I know you seen this before.
Oh yeah.
This the
Yeah,
one that
bro.
cost me $1,500, huh?
I said, yeah, I've seen that before. A
Yeah,
lot of
every producer,
I think Wavy Wayne used something similar to that, bro.
the same thing. Every producer, every like major producer has this. And I was like, why they got that? And I started researching it. And a
They
lot
got a
of
good
people,
quality to it.
it
It got
got
good
good
quality.
quality, huh?
It got good quality.
Oh yeah, it's like top of the line, but the one of the you gotta understand a lot of rookie producers, they don't understand analog.
I
So
do.
yeah, so the reason
Analog and
that
digital, like analog is the same plugins you use is actually it's the actual console that plugin is built from.
yes,
That's
and, and,
analog.
and a lot of producers know nothing about that. All they know is the digital side, and it's
Yeah,
like so analog is what happens before it is converted into digital. So
yeah,
if you look at like old school producers, they produced on analog equipment,
yeah,
and they didn't convert it down to digital until it was done,
yeah,
or until they was going into the second phase of it. And
yeah.
so that's the thing about this. It's like a hybrid. It's analog and digital. So
Okay.
the plugins in this one, so you got in a digital, you got plugins that try to emulate. They try to sound like analog. They'll be like,
Yeah,
oh, it's an analog plugin, but it's how can it be analog if it's digital?
yeah,
So
yeah.
basically, it's a digital sound. There's a difference in a digital sound versus,
Analog.
analog sound versus analog. Because analog is before it's even converted into digital.
The digital.
So
Yeah,
digital always has a sample rate. Analog doesn't, because analog is analog. If you look at a vocal wave, when you zoom in, remember I was telling you about the 44.1 and 88
yeah,
point. That is
yeah.
the sample rate. If you take a file, I don't know about what program you say you use Pro Tools.
I use Pro Tools.
So I use FL Studio. I hate it, but I use FL Studio because that's what I paid. I paid $2,500 for it, so I haven't converted to nothing else. But I don't know how your vocals are, but on FL Studio you can zoom in. If you zoom in all the way on your vocals, you see little dots, and the little dots represent where the computer. So like if you know what a real sound wave is before it turns into digital.
Yeah,
So a computer cannot read all of that. So it takes samples. That's why they call it a sample. It takes samples. So every time you see a dot, it's recording. Bam, it recorded where the original wave was. It's
oh,
like
you,
it takes a picture of
bro.
it.
Yes, I understand it more now. So
Yeah, it's like
that bigger sample rate gonna give you more dots, like pixels.
exactly. More dots is
Okay.
more resolution, more
Yeah,
detail.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So the thing about this is you can EQ, you can compress, you can do all of the plugins are analog, but you can use them in a digital too. So even though it's in the box, even though you see it on the screen, it's activating it before it even is converted. So
yeah.
like all those old school plugins, all those old school hardware, it has a lot of them in it. It's just a basic like a a uh, a compact. It's like having all of those old school plugins wrapped up in this box. So
Okay,
instead of you having to pack around all these big, massive, everything is in this box.
okay. I
They
get what you're
and they
saying.
so a lot of, like I say, a lot of digital ones, they try to emulate that sound, and they do a good job of it. Don't get me wrong, they do a very good job of it. But having the actual analog, this is why I have this. A lot of people that have this don't even use the analog aspect of it. And I'm like, I mean, it's still gonna give a higher quality than like $150 preamp, but I like to tap into the analog because that's really what it's designed for.
Yeah.
But either way,
Nah.
even if you do use it without the analog, it still give a better quality.
So
But
you got
I just
you got an
learned.
A1 studio, huh?
Yeah, man. I got what the producers got, and it's this what's this dude name? Something Jackson. Amon Jackson. You know him out of
No,
Atlanta. If you see
no.
him, he got dreads. If you see him, light skinned dude with dreads, he a producer. He produced for like Quavo, Young Thug, I think, a lot of big names. And if you see him, you probably know him by face. But he's the one that somebody that he works with in one of the studios had bought one of these mics, and he was letting him, because he's used the original one like this all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And he said any producer that comes to a studio, they have the original one, and bro, they pack it like it's like they won't let nobody use it. They pack it around like it's sacred, because it's that important. Like it gives that type of sound, and it gives that quality. And he said when he heard this, he said if the dude wouldn't have told him that it was a clone, he wouldn't have knew. He said that's how the detail and that's how close they cloned it. He said they could tell there
Dang,
was some slight differences, but if he wouldn't have told him, he wouldn't have knew.
dang. You
And
said
that's why I say a lot.
1300. You said
Yeah,
1300.
yeah. But like I say, I feel like you gotta find out what mic goes good with your voice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's other tube mics that they sell that are cheaper than this, like 800, 500. But in all of those Warm Audio, every mic that Warm Audio makes is a clone of some vintage old school gear.
Yeah.
So you know that's what back in the day. That's
Hey,
what every.
do you know? I'm
Huh?
sorry for cutting you off. Do you know about Joe Meach?
Joe Meeks.
Joe Meach.
Uh-uh.
Okay, Joe Meach is I guess he was a producer back in the day, but he came out with his own sound card.
Uh-huh.
And I had a Joe Meach, but I didn't know what I had, so I ended up giving it away. But I want to know if the store that you talking about is up there where you at, right?
Yeah, but they
The-
worldwide now.
oh, so they got a they on the internet too?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so I'll
you
look it up and see if they carry a Joe Meach.
okay. Yeah, they not, but if they have a Joe Meeks, you gotta find a model number. Once you find the model number of the Joe Meeks that you're talking about,
Yeah.
basically you have to find out if Warm Audio makes a clone of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know, because they're sometimes their model numbers are similar, but sometimes they're not. Like the WA87 is a clone of the U87. See how the model the numbers are kind of similar, but they're not.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
87 and 87, but still some of the stuff is different. So like this one, the WA8000 is a clone of the C800. 800 and 8000, kind of similar, but kind of not. It's like
Yeah.
they use the name, but they can't exactly use the same name because they can get sued for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, check out Warm Audio, man, because they even have stuff might cheaper than that. This was the most expensive tool that they had, but the reason I got it because I had researched the Sony 800, the Sony, and I knew it's one of the best mics in the world. And
Okay.
so yeah, if you look up like
where I can find your music at?
my old music is it's like on it's on Reverb Nation. It's on if you look at my Instagram, I have my link tree with all my links and
Okay.
stuff in it.
Okay.
I post most of my stuff on YouTube, but it is on like Spotify and all that. But like when I type like it's on like Reels and all that. But if you type my name, Son of Jesus Christ, it won't pop up. You gotta type Son of Jesus Christ, then the name of the song, and then it'll pop up.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess because I'm not a big name, you know what I'm saying? They don't.
I ain't a big name either, bro, but that don't mean nothing right now.
Right. That's why I say, that's why I invested in my quality, because I'm like, now the labels can't look at me. Once I start engineering my stuff to perfection and getting it all down, I got the quality of the labels already. So when I really start to get it down, they gonna be like, what studio did you go to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna sound just like the big labels. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like, look, I think Lil Wayne, on one of Lil Wayne's albums or one of his songs, he used a $500 mic. But don't nobody know that. I don't know what preamp he used, but it's a, I'm trying to think of the,
Man, Lil Wayne had a book bag studio on most of his stuff, bro.
yeah, he got a lot of expensive stuff, but on one album, I think it was the Carter One. I don't think it was all the songs, but on some of those songs, he used a $500, what is the name brand? He used a $500 mic. But it wasn't because, oh, I'm focused on how much it costs. He liked the sound that mic gave.
Yeah.
And so he was like, I want to do some songs on that mic. And so it's like I got another mic that I had bought a while back. You probably seen this one. But I don't have the mount that goes with it.
I haven't seen that before.
But this is it's made by AKG. And this mic was,
I got some AKG headphones.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Studio
I like
Quality
AKG.
headphones.
I like AKG.
I do too.
And then Audio Technica, my $200 mic that I had from Audio Technica, the AT2020 is like one of the cheapest that you can get from them, but it gave like the sound that it gives is kind of like comparable to like $300, $400, $500 mics.
Yeah.
And so that's why I say the mic you got, I've seen those mics before. So that's why I say sometimes you can find good mics for like very little money.
Yeah. And I like the sound that mic give off, bro.
Right.
I've been using this mic for like a year now.
Yeah, but like I say, the reason that I got this mic, the two $1,500 mics and that preamp is because I knew that that's what the big labels are using. I'm like, and it's not just because that's what they were using, but I wanted to get something comparable, like in their quality, but that fit me. Because there's other mics they use too, but these are like two of the most common ones. Yeah. And I was like, why does everybody have that mic? Why does everybody have that preamp? And I just started researching it, man. Yeah, I was kind of skeptical to put you on at first, because I was like, I get a lot of people that be like, hey man, let me go on your live. And it's like, but they don't really be, you know what I'm saying, like about, they be on some other stuff.
Yeah. Not me, bro. Me, honestly, like right now, like I had some dudes I used to hang out with, and it was hard for me to let them go because they do music too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I would come to, like, this dude, he kind of started me off when it comes to mixing. And I would come to him, bro, and I would bring songs to him that I don't mix. And I noticed that dude started getting jealous and envious of me. So he would tell me, oh, that don't sound good.
Talk about other stuff.
That don't sound good. You need to try more. That sounds too robotic. Then after a while, I'm thinking to myself, like, no, bro, like, this sounds on point. Like, then that's when I went to realizing, man, this dude is jealous. And I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Because me, myself, bro, if you good, because the Bible tell you that. If you good, you good. I'm going to let you know that you good. And if you ain't that good, I'm not finna down you, but I'm finna try to push you towards a way of understanding where you can get better. You know what I'm saying? Okay, like my wife. I'm gonna use my wife as an example, dude. When she first started doing photography, she was not good. You feel me? She sucked, bro. Yeah. And I tell her this to this day, like, I ain't tell her that then, because I knew if I would have told her that then, being that I was the main one that she listened to, it would have destroyed her, bro. So I would tell her, you know, just keep trying. Eventually you're gonna get it. Just keep trying, keep trying. Yeah, that look good, but you can do better. Until,
Yeah.
bro, I told her, I said, it's gonna come a time you're gonna wow me. And once you wow me that first time, it ain't gonna never stop. And I promise you, bro, when she wowed me that first time, that was it. She used Photoshop, but when you see her pictures, you can't even tell that it's Photoshop, dude. She
Yeah.
done fooled me a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it with the music, bro, because I ain't gonna front. I sucked when I first started. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
me too.
rapping.
Me
Rapping,
too.
period. I suck, bro. But now, it's on the popping, dude.
Yeah, when it came to my production was the worst, especially like my vocals. I always had a problem like with the vocals. Like that's been my biggest issue was the vocals. And it took me like probably till like a few years ago when I finally started getting my vocals where I was happy with them. But then I got confused again, and like when I got started using the analog stuff, I had to do stuff differently. And I had released some songs, and I thought they sounded like phenomenal. But then when I put them on like iTunes and Spotify and all that, I was listening to it. I was like, why does it sound like that? And I was like, nah. So I had to go back to my interface, and I had to switch it up because I was like, somehow the EQ and the compression is not going. They not going with each other. And
Hey,
so
let
I
me
had to
give you a secret. Let me give you a secret right now, bro. Yeah, I don't know if you know this, and you probably do know this, but if you don't, just try it out. The best thing I use to test my music after I've been done mixed it and mastered it is a phone. A mono speaker, bro.
Yeah, I've heard people say that.
If your song play through, because a stereo gonna make stuff sound good regardless.
Right.
But if your song play through a phone speaker
Yeah.
or any mono speaker and it sound detailed and on point and it sound alive and warm, you
Yeah.
close. You either there or you close.
Right.
So you need to start playing around with mono speakers to bounce your music down to a regular MP3 because you want it to sound like, you know, you don't want that full quality. You want that MP3. So if I can make an MP3 sound good, just
Right.
imagine how my waves sound.
Right.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So you put that
Yeah.
you bounce it to MP3. You send that MP3 to your Gmail, you send it to yourself, and then you listen to it through your phone. Not headphones, through your phone.
Yeah. What I
Your
have
phone
is
speaker.
like, huh?
Just listen to it through the speaker in your phone.
Yeah. What I have is like on FL Studio, they have what's called resampling quality. And so like you can change the resampling quality to full, like it's 512 samples, I think is what it is. And then you can go in like 7 different steps all the way down to like 10 different steps all the way down to like the lowest, which is like two
Yeah.
samples. And then it goes 6, and then it goes up like that. And so sometimes what I'll do is I normally start out in 512 all the way to at the highest, but I'll slide it all the way down so I'm here at like in the lesser quality while I'm
Yeah.
there in the program. And I do listen to when I'm listening to my monitors, my Apollo, you can switch it to mono or stereo. So I listen in mono a lot of
Okay.
times on my Apollo, yeah. Because a lot of people have all this stereo this and stereo that, but then they don't realize, like you said, if you put it down where somebody listen on one speaker, some of that stuff it don't sound the same because now you got
Nah, it
everything
don't.
smushed into
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? See, a lot of people don't
Yeah.
know that. So I listen to mine in stereo and in mono. Cause I'm like, if
Okay.
it sounds good in both, then you like if you can still hear your vocals clearly and all that. Cause sometimes what people do is they like sometimes they can't hear certain stuff because they like, oh, this melody is going over my vocals. So they'll just spread it out, which is cool.
And
But
you
then
don't
when you hear
always
it in
supposed to do that.
mono,
Yeah.
it puts it right back over it. And then
Yeah.
so that's what I learned how to get my vocals to sit over the melody and all that without having to do that. You can still do that, but
Yeah.
I don't use stereo effects to make something like to make my vocals be heard better. I use stereo effects just to give it that 3D, you know.
Yeah, that 3D feel.
Right.
Yeah. They call it depth. You get it depth when you use stereo.
Right. Right. So I've learned how to. It's all about. For one, it's all about like EQing. If you can EQ.
And compression.
Yeah, that too. If you can, and composing as well. If you can put originally, if you can compose the notes in the right spot from the beginning, and then if you can EQ them so that they're not fighting for frequency. You see what I'm saying? Like if you got a melody and all the melodies are sitting in the same frequency, they're gonna fight with each other. And then when you try to put the vocals in, now that's a problem. So, but if you got some melodies in the highs, some melodies in the mid, some melodies in the low, like it's better. They're not fighting with each other. So sometimes I'll make a melody, I'll stack them starting out, but then what I'll do is like if you got like I don't know how your program is, but if you got like if you made your melody, let's say for example in like middle C, and then you made another melody and it's like middle C, and like the notes are all over the place, but the foundation of it's kind of like around middle C. And then what you can do is take copy and paste it and just move it. Is it like one octave over? Like you can move it to like you got mine has like C5, C4, C6, and so the melodies are kind of like all, but you can take it and copy it and move it up one or move it down one or sometimes two, and it sits in a different frequency. So you still got that same melody, but now they're not fighting with each other. You know what I'm saying? So and then after that you go through and EQ so they're not. Now you can clean it up even more, and like you said, then you go and start to compress. But yeah, man, you know, a lot of people don't understand that stuff, and when you tell them, that's why I say when you are in the studio, you're supposed to be in 20. The standard is 24-bit in the studio. Any professional studio, they don't mix and master in 16-bit. They mix and master 24-bit or higher.
And then when you bounce it from that, then it's bounced to 16-bit. That's how I do mine.
Yeah, but a lot of people say, well, if you're gonna render it down to 16-bit, why do you need to be in the studio in 24-bit? They say it's still gonna be the same result, and it goes back to what I said about taking the photo or recording the video. Because when you take it to the room to edit, do all your edits and stuff, you have a better result. So, but you gotta be careful with this thing called aliasing. It's this thing called aliasing. So when you go from one sample rate to another, you run into this thing called aliasing sometimes. And a lot of cheap or a lot of like newer interfaces and preamps, what they do is they cut off. So like if you have your preamp set to like 44.1, what it's gonna do is cut off every frequency higher than that. So, but like I don't want my frequency cut off, but it does that to help you because some people don't understand that there's things in the sound in the frequency that like dogs can hear and deer can hear that are messing with their ear. So the interface will cut that off to help you. But when you go up to like 96, 88.2, the higher sample rates, you're cutting that, you're opening that up, so you can hear it and feel it. And that's what I have all that. And like I said, it's not just something you can hear it, but I also been able to notice you can feel it even more. And so the bit rate is more like the dynamics of it. I don't know if you understand that, but
I understand dynamics. Because you learn dynamics when it comes to compression.
Right.
That's where I learned dynamics from when it comes to compression.
So you hear more of the dynamics when I feel like bit rate, even if you stayed in the same sample rate, 44.1, I feel like that's fine, but I feel like the dynamics the bit rate is more important because you
So that
have
means so if that's true, what you saying, that the higher
bit rate.
sample rate, the higher sample rate, right, give you a better dynamics. That means that
No,
what you
no,
said?
I was saying the higher bit rate gives you dynamics.
Oh, the higher bit rate, which is
The
24,
higher sample rate gives you more like a higher resolution
which is
on the
quality.
vocals,
Okay, all right, which is
or
clarity.
more
Okay, my bad.
detail on the vocals.
Okay, my bad,
They
my
both
bad.
give you more detail, but one is based on like dynamics and one is based on like resolution of the
Clarity.
well, yeah, it could be clarity too. I would say clarity is more like with the bit rate.
Okay, okay.
If you look at, you just have, it's also timing. So you know a sample is time, right?
Yeah.
It's also timing. So sometimes you ever had your vocal where it was just a little bit out of sync, and you want to move it
Oh,
over
so
to one notch.
that higher sample rate will kill all that.
If you trying to move it over just one notch,
Yeah.
because you have more samples in a shorter period of time. Now when you move it over, you get it right on point. I mean, you could still probably get it on point at 44.1, but when you
higher sample rate.
so it's like it's doing two things at once because it's a higher, it's timing, but it's also I say resolution.
Yeah.
And when I say resolution, I'm not really saying they say it has to do with like pitch and stuff too. So like, because have you ever like slowed a song down and it lost quality?
No, I ain't never tried that yet. I don't heard people do it.
In the South,
it sound dope. It sound dope when they do it right.
Yeah, in the South, we're known for slowing music down.
I know.
So,
Texas, up there in Texas, chop and screw.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of times when they slow it down, it'll lose quality. But if you had it in the higher pitch, I mean not in the higher pitch, but in the higher sample rate,
that's just like videos.
Down, huh?
That's just like videos. A higher rate, a higher frame rate give you a cleaner slow motion.
That's it. That's exactly what it is.
So the audio ain't no different from videos.
It ain't no different, but people don't know this.
Cause I do video too. That's how I know about that. You know what I'm saying? Wow,
and have you ever had a video and you try to put it with the music and it'll start on point, but then as it goes, it kind of gets off?
Yeah.
That's because the sample rate is not matched with the video. Sample rate music goes with video. So if you got video sample rates and you have CD sample rates. So what? It's only two sample rates. You got like movie sample rates or DVD sample rates.
Yeah.
And you have CD sample rates.
And
so
digital.
if you do the math, remember 44.1 is CD. So they're multiples of each other. If you look in your program, they're all multiples of each other. And you have CD and you have DVD. So 44.1, you probably need to write this down. 44.1
44.1.
Okay, now draw an arrow. Like look, I don't know. Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see that a little bit. It's kind of backwards though because of the camera.
You see the arrow?
Like yeah.
So 44.1, then I drew an arrow.
And
then I drew 88.2.
88.2.
Then I drew an arrow. And then 176.4.
176.4. Because you just keep adding it.
Now write CD.
Over which one?
Just at the end of that, or at the beginning of all that. At the end or the beginning.
CD.
Those those are all CD sample rates. And like I said, they all are multiples of each other. Now, on this next one, we're gonna write DVD, and we're gonna start off with 48.
48.
Now we're gonna draw an arrow. And what's the one after 48? It's 96.
96 arrow.
And then after 96 is
There got to be
it's 192.
192.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, 192.
And those are all DVD.
Sample rates.
So you might want to look up the reason that people don't understand why we're using different sample rates. Write this thing down called Nyquistic. Let me see how to spell it. NQUISTIC. I think that's how you it, something like that. It'll come up. But NQUISTIC.
Okay. I don't see this word before, bro.
Yeah. And because people that don't understand sample rates, they don't understand why we have to use double the sample rate. Because when you like I say, when you pitch up or pitch down, you lose quality. So that's why you want to be double. So that way, if you pitch down or pitch up, you keep all your quality. So that way, if you've already recorded and double the rate, and then you render down, if a DJ was to take your music and he was to like slow it down or whatever, it's not losing quality.
Okay.
Because you've already recorded, mixed, and mastered. You've already did everything to it. So what I do is when I'm making my beats and everything in FL Studio,
yeah,
I like to take my master tempo slider, and I go like, I'll be like, man, this beat is pretty dope, but it's missing something, but I don't know what it is. So I'll take my master tempo and I'll slide it up, slide it up, slide it up, slide it down, and I listen to it in all different it's called synths is what it calls it in the program, but I'll listen to it in different pitches. Yeah. And I'll be like, man, that's what it's missing. But because I hear it it's moving the frequency. Not the tempo, the pitch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I said tempo, the pitch. It's up there with the tempo, but it's the pitch. When I move the pitch, I can hear the same frequencies, but you're sliding the notes, not the notes, but you're sliding the pitch around. So I can be like, man, now that I hear it in a lower tone or a higher tone, I can tell, okay, this is what it's missing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's missing that. And so that's what I do, man. And because I'm at those higher sample rates, I'm able to hear that kind of flawlessly.
See, that's what I need to start playing, because I use anti-air's auto-tune. But what I need to start playing with is octaves, bro. I need to start playing with my pitches, like actually going into the plugin itself and moving those pitches. You know what I'm saying? But I usually when I do my runs or my melodies, because I do them myself when I behind my music, I usually do it like I don't do the pitches inside. I usually do it as just my vocals. I'll pitch up, I go higher. So I play with auto tunes like that, a higher pitch, which is alto, and then I'll go down to a soprano, which is low, a soprano, low male, down to a bass. But I actually just do that with my regular vocals. And when I see
chords or something.
Yeah, when I see you these songs
or harmonies.
Yeah, harmonies. Yeah. I can't sing, bro, so that's why I use auto tune. But when I sing you these songs, you're gonna be able to hear what I'm talking about. My harmonies actually sound dope. Those it kind of sound like I can sing, but I can't.
Yeah, like normally when you stack vocals, it sound better. Yeah.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah, I don't really like, my homeboy does it a lot. I wasn't big on stacking vocals. try to do as least as possible, but when I was watching the pros, like especially like on choruses, they do it a lot.
Yeah, they do it.
Like
But you talking about when you talking about what 10, 12, 16 tracks?
Oh, I don't know how many they use.
Yo, they use a lot, bro. They use a whole lot, bro. We talking about singers. We ain't talking about the harmonies. I'm talking about actual singers that know how to sing. They stack their vocals.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, bro, I'm here to get off this thing, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't gonna front, bro. Like, I got some work. Like, I'm trying to get to like where you trying to get at, bro. I'm trying to get to the same spot, dude. I ain't no big name, you know what I'm saying? But I got the potential, if God want me in that position, to be in that position.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I
mean, you doing better than me. You putting out music, so hey, that's a plus.
Yeah. So, hey man, I gave you my Gmail.
Just, yeah.
Hit me up through my Gmail so I can have yours, so I can send that MP3 to you.
All right. Hey, write down this other thing. But write down this last thing.
I'm ready.
It's ALIASING.
Alias.
So
I don't heard. Yes, alias. Bro,
that's what if you go to the wrong sample rate. Like let's say you recorded a DVD sample rate and then you try to go down to a CD, you can run into aliasing.
And
that's why people don't. Huh?
Ain't aliasing is distortion?
It's like a noise.
Oh, like a humming noise.
It could be a set of, it could be different. Sometimes it's a high pitch. It could be a buzzing, but typically, that's why I say typically you want to stay in the sample rate. Like if you remember, you're supposed to record in double. So if you're gonna put it on a CD in 44.1, you're supposed to record in 88.2. Okay. If you're gonna shoot a video with it in 48, you want to record in 96.
Okay.
So you don't really have to worry about those other two at the end. I just let you know that those are DVDs, those are CD. Okay. You can record in the higher ones, but you don't have to. You just need to be at least double. But so what I was saying was if you had like me, I record in 96 because I don't know if I'm gonna use a DVD or a CD. But what you had on my program, if you're gonna record in 96, they have this thing called Resample. It's a check mark. So that way when you convert down from a DVD to a CD quality, you don't run into aliasing because it resampled it properly. Yeah. Okay. So but like I said, to be on the safe side, if you don't, you might want to write down resample as well. But to be on the safe side, if you know you're gonna put it on a CD, you can just record in 88.2. All right. But like I was telling you, that timing thing. Sometimes when you have when you're recording a video, you got to look at the property to see what sample the video is in. Cause most videos back in the day, they were in DVD quality, but sometimes now they're making it where cameras can record video in CD quality. Whatever. Somehow I'm talking about the audio in the video. But what I'm saying is, if you're recording a video and you notice that it lines up at first, but then it's like as the video goes on about 3 minutes, it starts to get out of sync with the voice. Yeah. You know it's in the wrong sample rate. So you can just upload your song in a different sample rate and it should fit perfectly. Okay. I get what See, people don't know that. I get exactly what you're saying. But yeah, bro. Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you too, bro. And yeah, hey, I'm praying that I get to work with you in the future, bro. Cause that's one of the reasons why I had actually let me come on you live. Yeah. And the reason why I have never heard none of your music. So yeah,
it's not about that. It's about me, how I feel, and I feel like God led me to certain places or led me to certain people. You know what I'm saying? So you know for a fact that I'm not coming to you or I'm coming to talk to you because I don't heard your music. You know, I ain't never heard your music, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard your music yet. And hopefully I will get to hear it, but it's not about that for me, bro. It's certain people stand out to me. You know what I'm saying? And when you went to talking, I think that one video, when you went to talking about how people don't like to hear what you have to say, and I think I commented on that video then.
Oh,
And I
okay.
told you, I said, bro, that was me. And I said, bro, like keep making the same videos.
Oh, okay,
That was
okay.
me. Yeah, that was me. Like I
Okay.
listened to that video and I'm like, dang, like ain't too many people doing this because don't nobody want to step on nobody's feet because they want
Exactly.
people to follow them or give them likes or no, it's not about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
Everybody want
God,
to fit in.
yeah, and we not meant to fit in, bro. We not from this world, bro.